Thank you for having me.
Well, I am compelled to begin with somewhat a provocative, painful, yet inevitable question. In the aftermath of last night's press conference, will October 7th be marked as the day Palestinian statehood came to being?
Well, I don't think that there is room for a Palestinian state in reality. Not in this world, and not as a sovereign state. With open borders with the world and open airspace, I don't think that this is possible. I don't think a Palestinian state on parts of the state of Israel, whether if they want to dismantle settlements in the West Bank, we have hundreds of thousands of residents. They are citizens. They were born there. And who has the authority? There is no Israeli politician who has the authority to dismantle settlements, especially after the experience of Gaza. The dismantlement of settlements in Gaza and the withdrawal from Gaza, what was the price? It was October 7th. So now, here's the thing. Yesterday, I saw that President Trump was on a planet and the Prime Minister of Israel was on a different planet. But this is the honest truth. Even though they were trying very hard to look like a team, that they are working towards the same agendas, I think they are deeply divided, okay? And I think they just did not want to show it to the world. So simply, whether if it's Trump or Bibi or any other politician, world leader, they will have to face the reality on the ground, where they're going to fit a Palestinian state. Trying to fit an elephant in the eye of a needle, we know the reality on the ground. It's not going to happen. And no matter how much they're going to try to force it, it's going to fail. Unless Palestinians compromise and say, okay, we just want a governing authority and we don't mind having all the settlers in the West Bank, and we don't want Jerusalem, that they drop their claim to Jerusalem, then I think maybe there could be something. And they can call it a Palestinian state, no problem.
So you're putting the emphasis on reality and the perception of reality and the gap in between, and we indeed see the two engage in some tough competition over who counts more, if you will. Fresh reports suggest the Greta Thunberg flotilla has direct ties to Hamas. These, according to documents obtained in the Gaza Strip, and you're now leading a counter effort, not agreeing, to just let this woke gang be an anti-Israeli flotilla, right?
Yes, well, this is not the first time Greta comes to mess with the Israeli sovereignty. They claim that they are delivering baby formula, but in the meantime, they are delivering toxic propaganda. And to the degree that they torched their own boats to blame Israel or Israeli drone attack on their boats, then they got the Spain and Italian navies involved. This is very, very serious. And when I saw that happening like this, and now they are bringing 50 boats. So what about tomorrow? Tomorrow, and if we allow them to just keep challenging the Israeli sovereignty, as they have authority. They don't have authority. The Israeli sailors, when they sail anywhere in the world, they take permission of the authorities. And if they are not welcome, they don't go. So how come these come in as white sailors announcing a great purpose to save Gaza, but in the meantime, they are creating global chaos and they want to ignite, like, literally a big war. And this is why the idea came, it's really out of, I don't want to say anger, but frustration. Yeah. That when the Palestinians and their supporters will come to realize that victimhood and playing victim and trying to ignite war around the world is not going to lead peace.
Is not rewarded. And now you're looking for all the Israeli Navy SEALs out there, right, to join your effort.
Look, the Navy will do their job, and we are not going to get in their way. When we talk about towing some 50 boats, we are talking about towing 50 boats. And basically, Greta is waiting for Israel to do something wrong, where someone can get hurt. They are functioning as human shields, by the way. This is what they are doing. And they want someone to get hurt somehow. And I wouldn't be surprised if they hurt themselves in the process, so Israel can get the blame. This is what they want. And after studying the situation, we decided that we want to get out of the way of the Navy so the Navy can neutralize their flotilla. But in the meantime, we are going to put a high-level, well-executed water performance, okay, where the entire world is going to see the Israeli talent in sailing, respecting the spirit of sailing, following order, and to bring, by the way, hundreds of boats in such performance. This takes lots of talent, and the entire world is going to see it on Friday, October the 3rd.
Yes, this coming Friday, of course, not getting in the way of the Israeli Navy, but supporting, perhaps, if you will, the public demonstration of it. I do want to circle back because to what we've heard a few weeks ago in your conversation with former hostage, the magnificent Emily Damari. She confessed to you that, saying that she somewhat regretted not reading your book or listening to your lectures before captivity, because it might have given her, intellectual, spiritual ammunition, so to speak, while facing her captors. Now, God forbid I will frame it as such, but if you are to educate every Israeli, every Westerner with one message on the substantial, perhaps, misunderstanding we have vis-a-vis jihadi forces, what would it be?
Look, there are lots of lessons to learn since I came from a jihadi background myself. Jihad is not good news because jihad is aiming for destruction, and the means of violence will never lead to peace or stability. Even if the Muslims and the Islamic jihad, let's say, succeeded in destroying all the non-Muslims, Jews, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, name them. Eventually, they will turn their guns against themselves. This is one of the main reasons, as someone who studied the Islamic history, as someone who grew up in that culture, one of the main reasons why I rejected jihad, because it did not make sense, and it's not in alignment with existence, with the universe, with the universal design. There is no love, there is no compassion in jihad. And jihad is not only physical jihad, it's financial jihad, it's social media jihad nowadays, diplomatic jihad, as you see what the Arab and Muslim countries doing in the United Nations, isolating and sanctioning Israel. This is a form of jihad that we need to understand. Now, the problem with jihad will lead to the destruction of civilization. And what happened on October 7 was jihad on civilization. It was not only attack against the Jews. And if the world does not see it for what it is, and we continue to be divided like this, then there's going to be other communities, other religious minorities. And in fact, it could be a clash eventually between the Muslims and Christians, between the Muslims and the Hindus. And these are very, very dangerous. Some of them have nuclear power, like Pakistan and India. So to what degree we are going to go along in our denial and ignore the fact that this is jihad on civilization, and this is not only a jihad against the Jews.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, hey? Musab Hassan Yusuf, the Green Prince, thank you so very much for your time and for your insight. The counter flotilla this coming Friday with you spearheading it. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.